Hello, everybody. I'm Don Counts. Welcome to Fayetteville Public Utility Studio. Today, we're here with our CEO, General Manager, Britt Dye. Hello, Britt.
Good morning, Don.
We missed last month, so we're going to get caught up. First of all, we want to send our condolences to the Glenn Odom family. Glenn was a board member, a friend of yours, and he served us well for 17 years.
Yes, he did. You know, Glenn was a very, very good board member. He cared a lot for the customers as well as the employees.
Yeah, a lot of people might know him from working at Farm Bureau over the years, and not long ago he received Director Gold Award, which is a pretty big thing.
Well, it's the highest you can get, and you just keep getting recertified every so many classes each year. You got 3 years to get recertified again, and he was always the one that always did that. So
yep, we appreciate his support over the years, and we will greatly miss him. Daniel Eldridge has been appointed by, I guess, the city, right, to our board. He hasn't been sworn in yet, but he will be next month, I guess.
That is correct.
That's right. So we're looking forward to having him on board. One thing that we've had a lot lately is a lot of storms, spring storms. We've had a pretty busy spring. We've had a water leak that you and I worked on over on Chevrolet Highway, and we spent some time up there. And then we had the 5 EF1 tornadoes come through. But our system held up pretty well to have 5 tornadoes, even though we did work a lot of hours to get them picked back up. But it held up pretty well.
Yeah, the system's doing well so far, you know, with the intense lightning that we've been having along with the winds. But, you know, some of this hit the county harder in some places than others, and some lost power, some didn't. And, you know, that's understandable. It just depends on where the worst damage is at. And, you know, right now it's a growing season for the trees, and we've done a lot of right-of-way cutting. But when you have 70 and 80-foot trees that fall out of the other part of the woods, it reaches the power line. And that's what's been getting us as well, especially with the strong winds. And, you know, but we have worked a lot of hours, and the guys have done a tremendous job. And, you know, that's what we're here to do.
No matter how far back we cut them in the right-of-way, sometimes trees will fall and kind of walk themselves into the power lines. People might not understand that.
Yeah, they do. And, you know, that's what we've been having to happen. If we hadn't have done the tree trimming that we have done, it could have been a lot worse than that. But, you know, if you listen to the news and read the paper all over, you know, everybody's having these storms, and especially out in Texas and Oklahoma, you know, and they're coming this way. But lightning is more intense than it has been, and the storms are getting more intense, you know, and having more that you can see how the climate's been changing.
And as you mentioned, man, the lightning has been just unbelievable. And so that's a big deal for sure. One thing, too, is when we have a lot of people out like we have had, there's some people been out for quite a few hours, even though our guys are out working and just trying to and then when you have 5 different locations, it's not just like one little strip of area that people are out of power, so it takes a little time to get everybody back on.
Well, you know, a lot of the damage that was out of power, we had to do a whole lot of cutting and road clearing to even get to where we needed to go to work, so that took us some time as well. So, and there were some areas, I'm telling you, that, I mean, we had to walk a mile and a half to cut trees even to get back in there where the power was out. So, and I can tell you that because I was out doing some of that myself. So, you know, it means a lot to be out in the field, and as always, you know, done it for so long as it is. But this is getting to be worse, the worst I've seen, except for the ice storms that we've had.
Yeah, I heard you say that. I heard you on our walkies talking about it was going to take a while to get into the area that we need to get to because so many trees were down. So I guess you probably realized that we had some tornadoes hit the ground. I know the weather people were talking about it, but we weren't sure if it was on the ground or not.
No, wasn't sure, but some of the areas we went, it looked like a tornado hit it. But, you know, there's some big trees that uprooted and broke half in two and all those kinds of things. But
yep. Well, a lot of times people, if they want to know where the damage is, a lot of times you can look at our outage management system on Smart Hub or on our website, and you can look on there and see where the power is out. And if it's out in your area, then you don't have to worry about calling. We already know about it. But sometimes there's some isolated issues that you do need to call, and we want you to continue to call. As we move on talking about water and wastewater, that's been something that since you've been CEO, it's required a lot of attention, and this time our water rates are increasing 6% on the water and 2% on wastewater. You might talk about some of the reasons behind that.
Well, the reasons behind the increases, and that's what we've been having for the last several years, is due to upgrading the system. We're so far behind on replacement and putting in new and rehabbing the old existing water system. You know, we're trying to get all this money that we're trying to get on SRF, and a lot of it's forgiveness money, but we also had to pay back some of the matching portion if there is some matching portion, and we're able to get, like I said, some free money with this, but we got to keep improving our systems, like I said, because we're so far behind.
Yeah, well, as we are behind, we're kind of ahead of the game when it comes to water treatment, because our water treatment facility is state of the art, and we're doing good. And I've seen some, as you have too, the Elk River, where we get our water, looks like chocolate milk. It's amazing that they can change that into perfectly clear drinking, good drinking water.
Well, with the new membrane system that we put in place, helped out tremendously, and, you know, it's cut down on cost some, but what we've all experienced in since the COVID, you know, everything's gone up in price. Chemicals have really gone up, and everything else that we do has gone up in price.
Plus, when you're talking about water rates in general, I'm sure you're talking about the actual infrastructure that brings the water to your house. That's the part you're talking about, I guess.
That is, on this loans right here, it's all replacement in the field. Okay. A lot of water lines. A study on the water plant of adding additional treatment facilities with the membranes and those kinds of things.
And as our sewer goes out of your homes and or businesses into our sewer plant, we have to treat that sewage and get it back into the Elk River better than we get it out. So
that is correct.
So we have a state-of-the-art system there as well, and it's amazing how that works for sure. One thing is we talk about our water quality, and I guess I should show everybody our water quality report, which you can find here in the offices and online as well. So feel free to look through that. Britt, this is very important, something that we're required to do to let the public know where we're at with our water quality in general.
That's correct, Don. We put this out, and the public needs to read it. If they ever got any questions or concerns about the water quality that they're getting, if you don't feel like it's where it needs to be, please give us a call. You know, sometimes we have an odor smell that's related to old pipes. Some of it's on the galvanized on the customer side, but we'd be glad to come out and check it out.
Absolutely. There's some people I've heard that on the end of a line that needs some assistance, and feel free to let us know if your quality is not good, and we can get it there, because when it leaves the water treatment plant, we know it's the best drinking water. It's the actual distribution system that can get it out of whack sometimes.
That is correct.
And we have to check that too. It's not like we just let it go and hope for the best. Our guys go out into the field and check that water, and so they're real serious about it, and it's a very important job.
Well, you got to meet the requirements of TDEC. You got to meet the requirements of the state. You got to meet the requirements of EPA. So it's not like we can just put something in the system. It's all got, you know, what the certifications are before you put the water out there on the system.
Absolutely. And don't forget the water quality report's available online if you would like to look at it. It's pretty interesting information. Well, FPU is announced as a Middle Mile Grant recipient. Tell me about how you got that, and what is the Middle Mile Grant, by the way?
Well, the Middle Mile Grant is supposed to help those that doesn't have internet available, that's in between. Could be different providers, but I know that we've built to a certain location, but we can't go into another location because they're already supposed to be service provided. Mm-hmm. But they're just trying to get, it's the same thing as the last mile grant, mm-hmm. and just trying to get the ones that's in between where they can get services from other providers.
So you feel like that the entire county will have internet at least available before you retire, I guess. Before we retire.
I do.
You're working on that. That's something you've been working hard on, and it's amazing how many people who have it now, and places that we thought would never get it. In fact, when we were doing some of the systems up north, when we would do door to door, we'd go seemed like mile after mile before we'd even see a house. So and these people were getting internet, which is amazing.
Well, it's been a challenge, but
yeah.
You know, it's also been a good learning experience. And
for sure.
You know, we didn't have it available for a long time, and I still don't have it yet. It's not that it's not available; I just don't have it yet.
Yeah, well.
But I want to be sure Eric heard that one.
Make sure he
anyhow,
it's right.
You know, we got a lot of people out there that's hooking up to internet and finding new technology that's a challenge for those customers as well, and we're trying to work with those to help them get through all that. But it's just amazing how many smiles you can put on people's faces. Never had any connectivity out there.
That's true. And as we go door to door as our department to make sure we will actually hang something on your door to let you know when it's available. So that's something that we do, so you can have so you'll know for sure. It's amazing how many people who get Amazon packages or Chewy packages or whatever. So they've got internet somewhere, whether that be at work or maybe on their phones or whatever. But it's going to be really nice for these people to literally have high-speed internet in their homes. And as you know, there's a lot of people who have very poor internet, maybe.
That's true. You know, your speeds make a lot of difference. And, you know, used to when we was in the cable business, it was everybody got upset when they didn't have their TV.
Right.
Now, you know, it's right the opposite. Everybody gets upset because they don't have broadband services for the internet. A lot of them work from home now.
That's right.
You know, and their jobs are based on their internet provider, and we got so many contingencies now with redundancies built into our system, and working on another one right now, hoping that we can keep it up and running.
Yep, absolutely. Well, our customer appreciation days are going well. We have one more left. We've had one at Mimosa. We had one at Flintville. We've had one Park City, Blanche, and Petersburg was great this past month.
Had a good turnout on Petersburg Square, and you know, it was really good to have everybody that came out, and whatever location we've been. It's been really great to have our customers to show up and tell us how much they appreciate us, but we also let them know how much we appreciate them being a customer.
Absolutely. And our next one is going to be at our work center. It's on the Thornton Taylor Parkway, 4141, if you want to remember that. It's going to be on Monday, June 17th at 5 o'clock, and it'll go to 6:30, and it should be a good one. There should be a lot of folks come by. We have hot dogs, and that's free, so just come by. We also have a lot of giveaways, and you can ride in the bucket truck. That's
ride in the
kids
bucket
like.
Truck. Answer questions if you got any questions. You know, it's going to be mostly all the city of Fayetteville just about, and we will be upgrading our broadband inside the city here in another couple of 3 years, maybe, we hope, right. You know, to get that done. So
that'll probably be the last phase if we can get that done. That'll be a pretty big operation. It's almost going to be like open heart operation. You got to tear into it, and tear down the old, which is going to be another big job.
That's correct, which we built back in 1999, most of it. And, you know, it's at the age now of bringing in new technology with fiber to the home, and hopefully someday get rid of all the coax plant.
You were here in 1999, but that had to be a pretty big feat in itself just to put that cable plant in.
Well, it was, like I said, it was another good challenge, but, you know, we met the challenges and was able to offer the service.
And we offered a really good service for over 20 years, I guess, and still offering service, just don't have the cable side, but the internet's still running down that line, so that's very good. So anyway, don't forget on June 17th, 5 until 6:30, we're going to be at 4141 Thornton Taylor Parkway. That's FPU's Work Center, and we will have that have all of our crews out there. We've had a lot of participation within the company as well.
That's correct.
And I know you're happy with that. We also our bucket truck rides again, as I mentioned. Our riding contest, we have 3 students from going to be going to the Washington Youth Tour riding contest. The winner is Erica Cox from Fayetteville High School, Annalise Collins from Lincoln County High School, and Brooke Billings from RCA. In June, they will be going to Washington Youth Tour, sponsored by Fayetteville Public Utilities and Tennessee Electric Cooperative Association. So that's something I know. We're going to have a photograph with you, them coming up this week sometime. Job shadowing, tell me how that came about. We've started that. It's been a good program so far, but you're going to build upon that and make it better. How did that job shadowing program start?
Well, we're trying to get more students involved in what we do, and some students are going to trade school, and you learn a lot in trade school as well. And so we just thought that we would open up the opportunity if you want to come in and spend a day and be along somebody, you know, if it's in the line crew or engineering or accounting or wherever it may be, and come in and just spend a day and see if this is a direction you might want to go someday in the future.
I think a lot of people who maybe went to school to take a trade would have liked to have had that opportunity, because maybe they get into the career and it might not be exactly what they want, yet they've invested 4 years of school in it. this way we're giving them a good idea if this is the direction they want to go.
Right. There's a big need for, employees out there in the lineman world of being trained to be a lineman, because it's not something you learn overnight. Also in engineering, also, in accounting as well, or in marketing perhaps. But, there's a lot of opportunities that'll be coming up at different utilities or wherever it may be, and might be something you want to be interested in learning how to do.
And if somebody's interested in doing that, they just go to their school counselor and let them know you're interested. Is that how that works?
I believe it does.
Okay. All right. To make sure. I shouldn't have asked that. I think I should have known that.
Yeah, you should have known
I should have known that. I should. Anyway, TAUD. What is, let's see, that's, shouldn't know what that is, but that's something to do with water. That's coming up pretty quick. We're having something there this year. The TAUD launched its pre-apprentice program coming up. And so that's going to be a thing we're going to have here this summer, too.
Yes, that's correct. And, it's turned out really well. We're the first in the state to do this. We hope other utilities get involved in this as well if TAUD offers the program again. And I know that we'll be interested in doing that apprenticeship training again.
Yep, and this year they went through a group went through that at the water plant, and at the end of the year they did a CPR certification. So they got to get a real good idea of what the water department's all about.
That is correct.
All right, SUB. We had a great year this year with our SUB students. You started the program in like 2010. And here it is, 2024, so we've been doing it for 14 years. We've had a lot of great young people come through, and some you've hired.
Well, a lot of good students, and like you said, some we've hired, and worked out very, very well. Actually, we got one in here today that was on the student,
Right.
Navarre.
He was.
Then you got one in marketing that we hired, Riley.
Yeah.
So, it's turned out really good for us, and you don't never know when you might have the opportunity, and we're glad to have Isabella and Navarre back. They started back today.
That's right. And you have two other people in accounting. I can't remember all. Let's see. One is, I shouldn't even start that. But one is Sam, and then the other one is Richie's daughter. I can't think of his name. Anyway, that's Riley. Very good. That's right, Riley. I should have. Riley and Samantha. Thank you very much.
I'll try to keep you straight, Don.
Somebody needs to. I'd also like to say congratulations to Sada Martinez. She was our scholarship participant. I know you're proud of that. Scholarship winner with our Student Utility Board, and we congratulate her and all of our local high school and our college graduates. We appreciate them, and congratulations to them. And hopefully they start looking for a job here soon. Well, we're already heading into June, and we will be off on July 4th. So if anybody has any outage or anything, they can look on the outage map on our Smart Hub or on our website. Or anytime you can give us a call, 433-1522. Britt, we have people here 24 hours a day. We've got a great set of dispatchers. I've dealt with them a few times, quite often, just to try to find out what's going on. They have a lot on their hands when there's an outage, and even that, it's they do a good job.
They do a good job, and it takes a lot of patience, and that phone's ringing off the wall, and we have several other people come in and help answer the phone during the big outages like that, and that's what we will continue to do. But the storms, like I said, they're getting more intense and causing more damage. But just be patient with us, and it takes time to get power back on sometimes, or whatever service it may be, because it's just not that simple. Just like a busted water line we had on Shovel Highway, we had to dig up a lot of the highway just to get to the break in the line, and ended up having to replace over 20 foot of that. And sometimes it just takes time. So please be patient with us. It's not that we're not working hard, but the main thing is we got to work safe.
Yeah, working safe is very important. A lot of times if you've been out with the guys, and I know that makes them feel good that the CEO, general manager's with them, but one thing about it is when the tough gets going, they have to really get down and get busy, and it's a lot of hard work that we see, and especially in what we call emergency situation. If somebody's out, I believe on the Shovel Highway, there's just about everybody north of town was out of water. And that's very important to get the water back on, but as you say, got to be safe.
Well, I can tell you, they're dedicated, hard-working employees, and, whatever service it is, we'll get you back with service as quick as we can.
Absolutely. And don't forget, our dispatch is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and even on holidays. So we're proud that we have those here taking care of us. Britt, anything else before we go?
I don't believe I have anything else. Now, I just
All right.
want to tell everybody I do appreciate their patience with the power outages. We had a lot on Saturday. We had some more yesterday, and you know, it's just really been rough here in the last couple of 3 weeks, and I will expect more to come in before the summer ends.
Absolutely. All right. Well, we appreciate you taking care of us, and we appreciate you watching here on Fayetteville Public Utilities, and we will see you back in here next time.